Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Bleach 1000 Year Blood War episode number 41 reaction, or you can also call this part 4 episode 1, I guess. This is Cool 4 of 1000 Year Blood War, and I have kind of forgotten a few things here and there, because uh like the newer Bleach, that is 1000 Year Blood War, a lot of information has been given out in a short amount of time. But I did kind of watch like a few recap videos, and I think I am again kind of caught up with everything. My memory is kind of refreshed. So hopefully I'm able to understand most of the things in this episode. I will probably be able to, because I just watched one, recap video, and I think I've remembered everything. Either way, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm not exactly sure, but is this supposed to be like the finale, like the final core? I'm not exactly sure, but I've been hearing like a few people say that. So let me know in the comments if that is correct or not. Either way, yeah, let's begin. So I'm looking forward to see how this proceeds. A lot of things have happened, like the whole thing with Yahabaha, like Ichigo, like Ishida, and like a lot of like crazy developments we've seen. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see where this goes. So yeah, let's begin. So episode number 41. Let's get started. I'll put the timer over here, sync the timer to the original video, and watch it alongside my reaction. And yeah, let's begin. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Right. Oh, is this him looking at his future? Yeah, he saw this future. So he's just gonna change it, I guess. That means his hair is like. No dream is more thrilling than a nightmare. Wow. Yeah, interesting. No, this is the opening song. All right. Okay. Damn. Oh, okay. Whoa. All right. Okay. Oh, so Kenpachi will be fighting. I forgot his name. The big dude. We're gonna see Aizen in action as well. Well, obviously he's here, so. All right, that was pretty good. Ah, ah, okay. They're showing all the different battlefields and what's going on. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, you think he's gonna let us go? One has to stall him. Yeah? Hmm. Oh, the Ishida thing. Because then everyone thought that she betrayed. Hmm. Um. Alright! Well. Oh, oh. Right. Oh, damn. What in the. Bruh. Yeah. Well. I love how they're waiting for him. They're just like, alright, let him say his. Oh! What the? Yeah. Just still waiting for. Hmm. Oh, what? Um. What the hell? What? Oh, that was a. Okay. Whew. Never saw my hopeful. Oh, damn. Hmm. Oh, he's just reading them. Yep. His future. Yeah, this is an annoying ass power. Hmm. Oh! He's using them as stepping stones. Oh my god. Yeah, he could have easily just sliced his throat open here if he wanted. Okay, well, now what? Ah! Yeah, I don't think Ishida wants to either. He's so pissed that Yohabaha chose Ishida instead of him. Or is he? I don't know. It seems like he's just. Oh, damn, what the? Right. Wow. Uh, hmm. He's trying to make a. Yeah, a new world by destroying the other. Ah, well. Oh, hey, yo, my glasses. Damn, that's a. You made a scratch. Okay. Ah, this dude. What was his name? Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Bruh. Give also nitrogen. Hmm. Oh boy. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Special war powers. Wow. Yo. Alright. Yeah. Did he like like unpredictability? Right. Okay. Unfathomable means. Oh. Yeah, what the what is that? Okay, yeah, he injected something, I guess. 5 minutes. Okay. What? Negotiate. Oh. But damn. Yeah, she's still not. Yeah. Transform after turning the page. What the? Wait, what was there in the page that made her transform? Damn. Okay. What kind of outfit is it? Rajiv Senki. Ichin. Yeah. Oh, that's why she didn't want to transform. I guess it like robs her of Damn, she's wearing the lightning. Oh! Oh, she's like a cat. He's running. Wow. Yeah. Ah, okay. Unpredictability? Ah, like a cat. Because extremely unstable as a stage. I see. Ah. Ah, I answered the question. I see. Reflexively analyze the spiritual patient. 40 times per second? Okay, he ain't doing anything against that. No immunity is forming. Damn! Oh! Wow. Is that a. What do you call that? Yeah. Bruh. Yeah. Revert depending on her mood. Oh, she's back. Yeah, the 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, I was wondering. I was like, he's not gonna go out that easily. What the hell? Oh, he has unleashed his Haas. Okay. Oh, ending. Okay. Alright, that was pretty good. Series poison. Next episode, Son of Darkness. All right. Okay, and there you go. That was episode number 41. So, today's episode, yeah, we got to see a little bit of Harshwald versus Ishta. Then we had the whole section with Yoruichi using her this power. What did they call it? I forgot the name. It was a pretty big name. And yeah, so let's talk about this episode. First and foremost, obviously Ishida, he did explain this in the last, I think like the almost at the very end of the previous season, or not season, but the previous core, where he kind of explained how he's technically not betrayed us, and yeah, now we can see obviously Hashwal comes in and he's like, all right, like now like that you have admitted to it. Yeah, so cat's out of the bag. Ichigo goes towards Yahabaha to take him out because currently he's asleep, so it's the best time to do it. While Ishida is stalling off Hashwat. So obviously Ishida and Ichigo both cannot go and take out Yahabaha because someone has to stall Hashwat. Otherwise, he's going to become a problem. That's why Ishida decided to stay and fight against Hashwat. And yeah, now here's the thing. Um, Obviously, as you can see, like I'm not exactly sure, like because like the thing with Hashfeld is it's like he barely like shows any type of emotion, so it's pretty like uh difficult to understand what he's thinking or what he's trying, like what he's thought about is something. But up until now, we have been seeing, obviously everyone has been saying like, oh yeah, Hashwald would be the successor of Yahabaha. But then in comes Ishida, and then suddenly Yahabaha like kind of names him his successor and everything. I remember who was it? Was it Busby, right? Yeah. Even Busby said at that moment, like, "What the hell, Hashwal? Like like he just like now he's the successor. Like, don't you have anything to say about this? I would have been pissed if this was me." And Hashwald has been like quiet. He has never said anything or any kind of like made any type of comments. But in today's episode, in that section when he was fighting against Ishida, it is pretty clear that he has been bothered by it because as you can see, he's like he says something along the lines of, "Here we go, this part. Um, Ishida, you cannot become me. I am His Majesty's other half. I'm a Quincy born to be with His Majesty. That's why His Majesty entrusted me with that power." Yeah, so like these type of things that he's saying, and I'm like, right. So it has been bothering you up until now, like like the whole thing. Otherwise, why would he say that? He's like, oh, you can never be me. Like, yeah. But anyways, makes sense obviously because he has been like, as Busby said before, that if this was me, I would have been pissed. Like like why the hell, like suddenly this new person like this Uryu Ishida is getting all the while you were the one who were always with the Majesty and you've like been helping him out and everything, and now suddenly this. So you can see how he's kind of like saying that, oh yeah, like I'm his other half, no one else could take that place and everything. um right. While obviously Ishida has always been here with the sole intention of kind of trying to take out Yahabaha when he can get that opportunity. um yeah. Anyways, we don't know how this whole battle is going to conclude, you know because in the end Ishida kind of gets up and he's like, all right, so now I'm going to defeat you, stop Almighty, and then stop the all the three worlds from collapsing. Okay. Another thing, uh, it has been mentioned before, I guess, that like what Yahaba is trying is to take out all the existing worlds and make a new one where, okay, this part. the wealth. Uh, to create the wealth will destroy the three realms, as then establish a kingdom solely for the Queen Shi to inhabit. Uh, that is His Majesty's wish, and also the senator's duty to our companions. Yeah, okay, so there you go. So that was obviously, that has been the intention. Okay, at the very beginning of today's episode, as you can see, this part I kind of forgot to talk about because there was an interesting thing in this section. So Yahabaha, in his dream, sees Ichigo killing him. You know, sword straight through his, face. Um, and he's like, "Oh, like, that was a good dream. I saw it. I also saw your pain. Like everyone else, all the other Quincy's and all. He saw Jugo's whole section. Not Jugo, sorry, Basby. Then Ichigo and all that. They come to me. No one can stop me. Okay, where's that part? Where he says, okay, not here. He says it here, right? That he's going to make a world where there's no. Uh, what? Am I missing it? Okay, I cannot find that. I cannot find it. I'm pretty sure he said something like, I'm going to make a world where there's no fear of. Or was it like the previous season? Oh, I guess it might be the previous season. Like I said, I like, very recently I watched like a recap video. It was probably there. Um, yeah. So obviously, now we properly know, I guess, like as Hashwal said, what, like not properly, like he did explain, kind of explain it, that destroy all the three existing worlds and make a new one where Queen Sheets will be in power, and like His Majesty wants to make a world like that, and yeah, something like that. Either way, okay, just a minute. Uh, okay, yeah. So either way, so that was the first section with Ishida and Hashwag. Now, the battle against Ishida and Hashwag, Ishida did kind of try to see whether he, like, to how much degree can he see the future. And yeah, he has. I doubt it's on the same level as Yahabaha, but like in battle, as you can see, he's applying that ability by, he literally dodged all the arrows and everything Ishida shot at him. Not only that, he, like, he was like stepping on them as stepping stones. So obviously you have to like know the trajectories to properly do that. So yeah, it is a pretty crazy ability, like if you think about it. And like an ability like this, there's literally like very few ways you can be dealt with, because if you can just see the future and constantly make adjustments, to prevent your death or you getting injured, you can never be beaten. Yeah, like I can think of a few ways to beat this ability. Is like, number one, you unleash such a power that like there's no way you can dodge it, like no way, like possible you can dodge it, like that. Or like overwhelm, like like I don't know, like unleash such an ability that overwhelms your opponent so much, even though he's seeing the future, he cannot do anything. Stuff like this I can think of, but still, most of the time, that is, like it's difficult to like pull off something like that. So yeah, this is a pretty crazy ability, like a cheat code. Right, and as Ishida said, this is kind of like the perfect time take out Yahabaha. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's gonna be that easy. Like, come on. Like, like when he sleeps, obviously the power goes to Harshvald, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean like you're sitting duck. Like you can easily be taken out. There's definitely some countermeasures which we'll probably find later on. Uh, and also the fact that Harshvald is pretty damn chill about it. Even like they were literally talking in front of him. Like Ishida was like, "Oh, Ichigo, like his majesty is asleep now. You go and take him out at this moment because it's the best chance because he cannot use it." And Harshvald was there just listening to him. And like if this was really a weak point or a weakness, he wouldn't have just stood there and listened to them, like planning, and like and he also wouldn't have let Ichigo leave either. If this was actually a weakness of, you know, Yahabaha. So yeah, I'm assuming there's something like like that is definitely going to make it difficult for Ichigo and his friends to take out Yahabaha while he's asleep. Okay. All right. Anyways, so yeah, so that was the first section. Then we move on to what was his? Okay, I've forgotten his name. What was his name? This guy? Wait. You know what? I need to check his name. Um, I think it was something with A. What was it? Askin. Yeah, Askin Naklevar. So, Askin and versus Yorichi. So obviously Yorichi is kind of in a pretty bad situation here. She, I think he literally said like something along the lines of, okay, I injected gift balls of mixed reishi, oxygen and nitrogen into your body. Yeah, so there you go. That's the nature of what is going inside of Yorichi. So like he is in a pretty difficult situation. As Askin says, I'm pretty surprised at the fact that you can even like talk to me at this point. Which kind of shows how much of a monster you are. Also at the same time, Yorichi is thinking like what to do because her brother is literally on death's door, and she cannot really do anything in this situation. Here. So while all of this was happening, uh, in comes Urahara. So Urahara injects something into Yoruichi's butt. Right. So that kind of, I guess, like, um, he explains. Okay, wait a minute. So immunity booster that he whipped out while eavesdropping. Right. So it is just a counter, like not a counter, but a yeah, like a countermeasure, like for a little bit amount of time. So that just helped Yorichi to get out of that situation for a moment, for 5 minutes, and obviously Urahara had thought that after doing that he would tell Yorichi to transform, and using that 5 minutes just take out Askin. But Yoruichi wasn't didn't want to transform. As she says, it makes me, where's that part? I refuse to take that half-baked and disgusting form again. Okay, so if you think, okay, interesting. So this is like a half-baked form. So I'm assuming this is like a power that she hasn't been able to kind of perfect. I'm assuming this is something that can go even further. Like this is like a, yeah, because like she kind of loses her sense of self. That in itself makes this power strong but incomplete, if you think about it. So that's interesting. So she might be able to take this a further step forward, like forward and even more stronger if she's able to perfect it. But however, I don't understand one thing. Why did she try? Like, what did Urahara make or like write down? I guess like something in that page to make her transform, because he's like, oh, transform after turning the page, and yeah, so he turns the page and she transforms immediately. So there was something in that page that acted as a trigger, I guess. We don't know what it was though. I wonder if they'll tell us later on, like what was there in that page that made her instantly transform like that. Okay, so this form of Yoruichi is very fickle, like like a cat, as we see, like how a cat is unpredictable. She's also unpredictable. Her reishi inside of her also becomes unpredictable, and something like that. Okay, so Urahara explains it here. Okay, where's that part? So Askin says that I should have become immune to her spiritual pressure. The change in same soul reaper spiritual pressure cannot take place halfway through. And Kisuke's like, alright, let me explain. It's her mood. It is said that the cats are fickle. Miss Yoruichi in her Kokubyo Senki form reflects that directly in her spiritual pressure. So like this fickleness becomes like reflected in her spiritual pressure. And she's like, oh look, she's not chasing us right now, like a cat, like suddenly just jumping and like trying to like like attack you, and then suddenly just sitting down and just licking its arms and like like yeah, and then suddenly like jumps again, because that's her mood. Miss Yoruichi is usually capricious, but after transformation she becomes even more unpredictable. Her spiritual pressure becomes extremely unstable as a result, as if it's entirely someone else's. Yeah, and so obviously, as Askin says, like the immunity that he like that he kind of makes up in his body, if that immunity is for something, if that something changes, like he has to make another immunity for it. And as Urahara explains later, the like the interval at which he can make an immunity is heavily overshadowed by the amount of time Yorichi's spiritual pressure changes. Is it like how much, like 40 times in a second or something? Here we go. The flu spreads every year, right? Even though it's not a new strain, if the antigenicity changes even slightly, type A influenza will circulate again, like previous year. You are exactly like that. Even if your body keeps building immunity, slightest change will ruin everything. Of course, your immunity development speed is astonishingly fast, but yeah, after attacks from enemies, you reflexively analyze their spiritual pressure, develop an immunity with incredible speed. Given a minute, you neutralize any attack. Yeah, but that isn't fast enough. Means Yuichi's spiritual pressure changes 40 times per second. There you go. So that is kind of crazy because, like, in a second, like 40 times in a minute, I can understand. In a second is crazy. Like, what? How? Like, what is going on here? Yeah. So obviously, like, Askin is like, ain't no way I'm switching up my immunity that quickly. Okay, so there you go. So that was that. And as Urahara says, the only downside is that only I can control her and this only listens to me. She can only revert depending on her mood. And while being in this form, the 5 minutes got, like exhausted. So her, like the whole like thing that she was being affected by just started, came back again. But the bigger problem here is that Askin is now ready. He calls this new, like this power, Hashheim. Yeah, and I guess next episode we'll see. Right, so I do wonder where this is going to go, because obviously Yorichi cannot fight now, and even if she could, who knows? I was going to say even if she could, I feel like it would have been difficult to take out Askin at this form. But who knows? She might have been able to, but the problem now is that she won't be able to, because that 5 minutes is over unless Urahara whips up another immunity and like injects it in her. But then again, I don't think she has he has enough time to do that, or Askin is going to give him that opportunity either. Urahara was hidden while whipping up this immunity so he could do it. Now he's literally in front of Askin, and and even if he's able to make that immunity, how many times is he going to do that? 5 minutes only. I doubt he has enough um, materials or whatever to whip up an immunity which stays for longer periods of time. So yeah, so the only thing I can think of now is Urahara fighting Askin himself. You know. So yeah, let's wait and see. Either way, there are still a few people whose like Bankai we still haven't seen. For example, like that's why I'm thinking like maybe next episode we are going to see Urahara's Bankai or something. Because otherwise, I genuinely don't see any other way to get out of this unless some third party comes in and helps us out. You know, if it's only these two, Yurich is not going to be able to fight, so it's only all up to Urahara. And you know, to fight against something like this, he will have to bring out the big guns. And we still haven't seen Urahara's Bankai, so maybe we'll see that. I'm looking forward to this because I'm very curious as to what is going to be his Bankai, because the fact that we still haven't seen it means that it's going to be something crazy. you know right, either way, let's wait and see. And yeah. Also, okay, yeah, we also haven't seen Yoruichi's Bankai either. But the fact, I feel like I think like I've heard people say apparently Yoruichi's Bankai is something that was never revealed apparently in the manga or something. So if that's the case, then there is still a good chance that we might be able to see it, because technically this new Thousand Year Blood War, the anime that we are getting, a lot of things that has never been in the manga, we're actually seeing it apparently. Like for example, I think people explained to me in that whole section with Senjumaru was actually not there in the manga. It was like very concise or something. and there's a lot of other stuff that was never there in the manga, but like the author is actually working together with the anime, so he's like these type of things that he was never able to show in the manga, he's kind of doing it through the anime form now. So yeah, like maybe something like that can happen. Maybe they're going to show something new to us which was never there in the manga. Who knows, we'll see. Either way, that was it. That was today's episode. Great episode. Looking forward to the upcoming ones. And yeah, let's see what happens. So that is it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to episode number 41 of Bleach 1000-Year Blood War. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.